What's up? Danny Hayasaka with Colin Inc., helping people do their business better. Today we're in front of the Neat booth with Brian Dennett, and he's going to walk us around and show us all the various solutions that they have showcased here today. Brian, take it away.
Thanks, Danny, and thanks, everybody. So this side of the booth here, we've actually got our Microsoft Teams set up. So we've got our Bar Pro running 2 screens. We also have right here behind us, we've also got our Neat board, and we've got that set up where it's actually paired with one of our pads. So this was one of the new releases that we had at the end of the year. So now if maybe you didn't want something front of the room for control, I can just walk up, I can tap join here, and then this is going to go ahead and kick off my meeting. And we've got some demo users, and then we're going to actually get to see Symmetry pop up here in the bottom right-hand corner. And these are some of the additional folks that are hopping in on this call. So we've got, this is actually the brand new release that Microsoft just announced on Monday. So this is the Microsoft Virtual Front Desk. And effectively what this is gives folks that ability to set up a device at the front of their office, maybe where they don't have somebody standing there. As soon as they walk up, they place a call. It's actually going to call this device. I'm going to go ahead and accept this one. But ultimately, the concept here is maybe somebody's not at the front desk. I call somebody in the back. They verify who I am, open up the door, let me in, and now I'm back into the building. So really a great solution there. Then we have Frame in another mode, and this is actually as a personal device. So this is a Microsoft Teams display. So you're going to have all your capabilities from phone system, if you have that, tied to your Microsoft licensing for calling. You have files, so I have the ability to open up read-only files. I can see my calendar. I can open up Teams. I can see all the teams that I have access to, which is a phenomenal device. I actually have this running on the corner of my desk, and I'll show you what else we can do on the other side when we pair it. We'll keep going here. Now we've got Zoom. So now we've got this in workspace reservation. So we really have 2 different options here. One is, just like we showed with the Microsoft Teams virtual front desk, we do have virtual receptionists from Zoom. So same concept, I could walk in, I click meet reception. This is now going to place a call to anybody here, right? So I answer that. Again, same thing, I verify who's here, where they're at, and then I can remotely allow them into the building. And as soon as I get that done, I go ahead and I hang up that call. Now it's going to go back to the main screen. One other function that we can show here is also workspace reservation. So think about those open spaces where you're walking in and you just want to come into a building, grab an office. I can click this. It's going to load a floor plan. So as soon as this loads, I can obviously pinch the zoom. So if I want to see some of the information in that room, and then when I tap on that, it's going to come up and it's going to tell me that this room's currently in use until 8 p.m. I could click view availability. I could actually reserve that for myself for later in the day. And again, we're showing this with just the standard floor plan with some of the rooms. But if I had some of these here, like I had frames on these desks, they would also show up and I'd be able to reserve them. All right, keep coming. So then the next one here is we've got shared space. So this would be Zoom basically operating as a dedicated endpoint in maybe like a phone booth. So this is the ability here. I could just walk up. I can actually tap on join, and it's going to take me right into my meeting. So we have this meeting running. It's kind of similar to what we showed on the other side. But here you're going to see everybody pop up. And then the beauty of this is I can click here, right? And I can go to more, camera control, and everybody always asks the question, does it support Symmetry? So we'll go ahead and we'll turn that on. We'll give it a second, and there's Neat Symmetry running on Frame. So again, great experience, right? If you're just walking in and grabbing a spot. All right, so this one is actually going to be the workspace reservation. So if I walk up here and I have my Zoom client running on my phone, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up and I'm going to reserve this device. Say next, and now it's going to ask me for a QR code. I'm going to scan this QR code. It's now been reserved. And what you're going to see is this is going to come back, boom, right there on my screen. It's got my profile picture, which is awesome, right? Now if I want to check in, I check in, and this is basically going to make this device my personal Zoom room. So here's all my calendar. I can go ahead and jump into any one of my meetings right from here. And then when I'm done for the day, I just click checkout, and now it checks it out. And then you're going to see it's still going to show that it's reserved. Maybe I want to release that device because I'm done. I just go into my Zoom client, go ahead and delete it, and I'm done. Same concept, what I just showed you there is the personal Zoom room. So again, just another setup that we have here. And then this one is also the frame in Microsoft Teams personal mode, okay? So one of the big advantages here, for those customers that have the Microsoft Teams phone system and they have the Windows laptop, so this only works with Windows, I can actually pair this device. The advantage of pairing that device is now if I join this call, we're going to notice pretty similar to everybody when they're joining a Microsoft Teams call, right? But when I do this, it's actually going to fire the audio and video up here on my Neat frame. And now I have a full desktop experience right here on my desk, which actually is really, really good because if I wanted to share a content, if I come down here and maybe I just want to share my desktop, that's going to come up here. And this is the beauty of this as a Teams display. It's all touch interactive. I can tap on that content. It brings it up. I could pinch to zoom so I could actually see what's going on. Double tap to go back. And then I can even change I can go back to the gallery view if I just want to see everybody there. And then when I'm done, I can stop sharing and I can leave the call. So again, just another example of kind of what we're doing, working with Microsoft to really enhance that meeting experience. And then this also is our hot desking. So this is what we got certified last September. So very similar, I can reserve it. And when I do, I can pick the end point or the end time. So I'm going to just go ahead and hit reserve. And then what you're going to see is one of the latest releases that Microsoft just put out on Monday is the ability to have a QR code. So now, just like what I showed over there on Zoom, I can walk up, I can scan the QR code, it's going to sign me in, and now it's my personal Microsoft Teams display. So really some great enhancements to kind of that flexible and hybrid meeting places. All right, so we're back here now on the Zoom side of our booth, and here we've got our Neat Bar Pro running with two displays. So again, same experience where I can just walk up, I can tap join. Now this is going to drop me right into a call, which is going to be great. And then what you're going to see is right here on the right, here's everybody. We have it set up where it's just doing our manual camera. Let's see if we can track Danny here as he's dancing around. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to click on and turn on symmetry. So we do have our subject or our framing boundary set up. So it's not going to capture everybody just yet. So if you guys can move in just a little bit, because it looks like somebody probably adjusted that. Let's see, maybe.
Oh, you did like the boundary?
Yeah. So we had that turned on. So it looks like maybe somebody turned that on a little aggressive. So let's try. There we go. So there it is. So there's the Neat Symmetry technology, which is awesome, right? This is the experience that everybody's looking for. So as soon as I'm done with that call, I'm just going to leave, drop out. It's going to go back. And then we also have our board set up here. So again, just like what we showed on the other side, we've got board with a meeting controller at the front. Same experience, right? I can click on join. This is going to launch into that meeting. And then what's going to be great is when this pops up, I could actually click whiteboard. I have the option of doing the new or the classic. So I'm going to go ahead and just click and open this up. And then as soon as this comes up, go ahead, Danny. You can come up and do some drawing.
I can use my finger?
Yep. So we're just going to close that.
All right.
And then do the pen. There we go. So there we go. Now Danny's doing the whiteboard action here inside of our Zoom meeting, which is great. Another great solution for kind of those open floor plans. So to conclude the tour here, what we've got is we've actually got yet another Neat board mounted up here on the wall, where we're really trying to just kind of showcase and talk through Neat Pulse, which we did the video, so make sure you check out that video. And then we also have, so again, we went through this in our demo, but then we also have Neat Center. So again, this will be our product that's going to be coming out here late fall. So this is going to be really our 360-degree camera. And this will be paired with any of our front of room devices like bar, board, or bar pro. And really the big difference that we're trying to achieve here, and we'll show this video, is what we found is with our devices now and our camera AI and the technology that we have. Right now we've got front of the room camera showcasing these folks here sitting around the table. The problem is in the in-room conversations, when those discussions take place, and now I turn and I talk to Danny, the camera has the side of my face, right? So how do we solve for that? We put a neat center on the table, and our camera AI will make those decisions where if I'm looking at the front of the room device, it's going to capture my face, and that's what the far end participants will see. But the minute I turn and have that conversation with Danny, now center will take over because it recognizes that we're both looking at it. Where we see this, I mean, this is a great illustration, but really the big challenging pieces are going to be when we get into some of these other rooms, right? So we think about typical rooms where we have board or bar, square table. You're kind of losing those folks. Education spaces where the teachers are now turning to address folks in the classroom. And then when they turn back to the board, it's fine, but this is really going to change that whole experience. And much like what we're going to have here, where you have those larger rooms that are real challenging. So this question we get all the time, customers are asking how we're going to handle multiple cameras. We're not going to do the traditional front of the room, back of the room camera. We're actually going to have front of the room camera, and then we'll have two centers so that as those discussions within the meeting space transition to across the table, we're able to do that. So we're really excited about that product, and that'll be fall of this year.
All right, so there you go. A brief overview of what we have here at Enterprise Connect from Neat. Thank you so much, Brian. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, and all the links to all this stuff are going to be in the description box below. All right, see you guys in the next video.